on Into the Void on lccradio.com. Yeah, LCCC. L-Tri-C. I don't know why. Oh, wait, we can't call it L-Tri-C. We used to. Anyways, give me 1 second here. I'm going to be bringing in basically the mastermind behind Benighten Empire here. So hold on 1 second while I switch this over. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the listeners here?
Well, I'm Sean Kratz, a.k.a. Lucian, which is the name I used to go by when I first formed Benighten Empire. I am basically the guy who wrote everything for Benighten. Right now we have a full lineup, so we're actually working on new material with the whole lineup also. So, but nothing that's going to be played out soon. So we're all going to do all the old stuff the next show we do.
Oh yeah, when is that next show? Because I know that I'm going to that first thing.
It's it's March 29th at the Foundry. Bring everybody you can. Share it on Facebook or whatever you guys use. You know what I mean?
The Facebooks, the Twitters, write it in the sand on the beach.
The Facebooks, the Twitters, some other words I can't say on the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to be kind of cool being up at the Foundry, because actually that's where... Because we actually had some mutual friends before, but that's where I seen you perform with the metal band Befallen up there.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of covering for my buddy Tom. There's a big, there's a big conflict. I'm friends with the whole band still, and I'm still friends with Tom, and Tom actually ended up leaving because he didn't like their new material, and I filled in for a couple months. And now Brian, the lead guitarist, is actually playing guitar and singing, which he's doing a great job. It sounds awesome. I'd like to give a shout-out to those guys, too, because they helped me out a lot with some stuff.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that was a pretty awesome show that I went to for that, what was it, autism gig? Something about, I think it was Rock Against Autism, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
All I know is that it was $5, and it lasted till like 1 a.m., so it was all right.
It was like $5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap, and the Infusion crew was there or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, every time they're there, I just, like, I know a few people who are in the Fusion crew, but I'm always like, they're going to be up. Like, get them off. I want to see the next band. Get them up there.
Oh, yeah. I freaking love it when chicks grind stuff on their crotch. It's cool.
Yeah, I guess another shout-out to the Fusion crew if you're ever up at the Foundry. I know that they're always at the Foundry. I don't know if they go other places as well. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure they go up there, and they'll be at the Foundry, or they'll be at Spitfire, or, those are the only two places I went to go see them, but I know they do some other stuff here and there. So,
Yeah, let me just go ahead here and jump into some questions that I got for you.
All right.
So, give me a brief synopsis here. Where and how did Benighten Empire form, man?
All right. Well, basically, back when I was a teenager, too, like when I was, 15 and 16, I had all these melodic riffs on the acoustic that I used to play. And then over time, I started playing them on electric and just kind of messing around. I used to listen to Carnivore and Dark Throne, some old school Bathory, Dissection, Nice. And used to try to mimic some of those bands and learn my own playing style, and then kind of figured out how to write music and stuff. And I was in and out of bands, like hardcore, deathcore bands. I ended up I ended up actually writing music for Benighten and coming up with the name when I was in the band Eviscerated. My drummer, Nathan, that's my drummer now for Benighten, was the drummer for Eviscerated also. We played so many shows down in Cleveland, Akron, all over the place. So,
Oh, yeah. The one thing that I've noticed is that Akron's sort of really... They used to have, a few years ago, a pretty big metal scene, but now most of the clubs there have been transformed into dance clubs. Unless if you go to Kent, but...
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's, dubstep and all that stuff is, that's actually making it kind of big right now, but it's kind of a fad, I think. So something that's going to be drawn in and probably thrown right back out. But I don't know. Like, I do some soundscape, like electronic music on the side that I do. It's just something that you could kind of like meditate to, and I don't know, pray to your gods. I guess something that sounds epic and meditative.
Like the entrancing sort of dub. Not the,
yeah, exactly.
Not the producer with the drops.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really into the drop thing. I'm not into rap or anything like that. But I respect people who do music, like whatever they want to do, go ahead and do it. It gives you some meaning in life as long as you're doing something you like,
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Speaking of, you mentioned your Soundscapes project there. I just wanted to ask if there's any other projects that you're working on, any things that we should be looking out for.
Well, okay, I'm playing bass for another band. There's no name up in the area, but if you go on my Facebook every here and there, search for Sean Michael Kratz. That's my full name. It's under some demon-headed guys, my profile pic, and as soon as I get the band name down and we record, you'll hear some stuff from us. But we're like a doomy, like, it's like Pentagram, stuff like that, like old school Doom, Black Sabbath, with like 80s metal, like guitar solos all over it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of different.
Yeah, it's, Doom combined with some shredding. That's you don't hear a lot of that. So.
No, not very much. But our lead guitarist is a big prog metal person, and he went to Berkeley and shit. So
nice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, what's it? Okay, because right now, Benighten's like a sort of melodic black metal band, and where you play up in Cleveland here, the scenes, I mean, there's a few black metal bands here like Midnight, but overall, it's mostly metalcore and sort of like grind and a bit of sludge. And I know that there's sort of like a stoner scene going on now, too. But I mean, what's it like just being black metal in a city that wants more of that metalcore sort of hardcore feel to it?
What was the question again? I'm sorry. Yeah. Like I heard everything but the last part of what you said.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just what's it like being a black metal band in a city that's more metalcore or grind? Because I know that everybody has their own scene there, but do you feel any competition from being like, oh, well, we're not metalcore or grind or sludgy? I mean, we're like melodic black.
I literally don't care what people play. Like, I'll go see them. I'll go check out bands and stuff. Go hang out with my friends. I'm always down to go see new bands, make new friends. And, I don't know. I just, I'll go see a band. Maybe I'll find another band that's new and be like, hey, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Okay. And, like, some of the other bands like Solipsis and Dead Iron, and, Thunder God, Hammer Horde, all those guys are awesome bands. They're great bands. I love seeing them live. You know what I mean? And it's just about the music. It's no pressure or anything. You're just trying to get your name out there. So.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to ask you on the topic of the black metal is, do you prefer it sort of like raw, like just ripped off of a tape, or do you prefer it more in the style that you play that's more melodic with sort of like orchestral arrangements and things like that?
Well, with that, our first 3 CDs, that's including our demo, is straight, like, I purposely made it as necro as I possibly can, but where you could still hear the vocals. So I tried to do it old style because I kind of wanted to build how the band sounded up. Because 2 years ago, before we went on hiatus, when my drummer went to school down in Full Sail for 2 years, he just came back the beginning of the summer, and we started Benighten back up, and then we got a full lineup now, so I don't have to play guitar and sing. I could just sing like I did in Eviscerated. Right. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's like I wanted to move from necro to like what we kind of have now, like with our new CD, which is out on Bandcamp, but it's not the actual release. The release is like all over the internet. Will be next month. We'll have CDs actually at the show coming up in March.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna snag one of those. Put it on there.
Oh yeah, and yeah, it's I don't know. It's I don't know.
Oh yeah. And also, like you mentioned Bathory and Carnivore and stuff like that. Like who really influences you? Like when you go out to, who do you look up and say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. This is who, like, I want to be compared to one day, or this is somebody that's really making me strive for this.
Well, I really dig the philosophy that Eric from Watain has. Like, he's so knowledgeable. I dig his vocals. He's definitely a big influence on me. Shadow from Dissection is John. He's definitely a amazing person too when it comes lyrically and performing wise, and the way his voice sounds. Quorthon has always been one of my heroes, along with my dad, you know. But Quorthon is definitely one of my main top, you know, influences for writing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sort of on the edge with Bathory because, I mean, I personally don't like who Quorthon was later on because he had that whole rock star attitude.
Yeah.
He always denied the whole, you know, I never wanted to be like Venom thing, when it's like later on it's just like, oh, well, yeah, you kind of just said that you did. But, I mean, in terms of Venom being the namers of black metal, what every band after that sort of sounded like was more Bathory, because he's the one that really brought in the whole necro vocals and everything. So,
in my eyes, to everybody listening, like, you know, you might have a different opinion. Bathory started black metal, like 1982. Bathory started black metal. Venom basically was thrash that came up with the name for black metal. You know, and with the pentagrams and everything else, you know what I mean? Like, my belief system in religion is, screw it. You know what I mean? Do what you love, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, but obviously they're the two biggest names in black metal. When you think of black metal, you think Venom for the name, and then you think Bathory for the whole sound and production of it.
And the one thing with Quorthon, the rockstar attitude, I just didn't think he wanted to. I don't think he wanted the publicity he really wanted near the end, because I think he knew he had some problems.
Oh, yeah.
Like health-wise.
I mean, plus he also created a whole other genre there with the later albums, just basically being the first and innovator of sort of pagan and Viking metal there too. So I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, you could always dislike the guy for sort of how he was, but I mean, in terms of the sound and how he did things, you know, major props to him.
Oh yeah, major props. I do wish he would have came out with an all acoustic album, because one of my favorite songs, that's one of his newer songs in Bathory, is probably Ring of Gold. That song just gives me chills every time I hear it. So it's just so deep, and it's kind of very Middle Earthy if you really think of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's Tolkien-esque.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a great musician.
All right. Well, what I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna play one of the songs that we have, because Into the Void is not just the radio show, but we're also preparing to put out the first Into the Void fanzine. And a few weeks ago, I actually asked you if you could lend some songs to the tape, because I'm trying to get some local metal bands on here. And this is
cool.
One of the ones that you gave me, Becoming of the Wolf. All right, so I'm going to get that playing. And, yeah, before we go here, just wanted to say thank you, man.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
One of the coolest guys that I know.
I'm sure, you're pretty cool yourself.
I'm sure we're going to bump into some shows coming up here. I know I'm going to be out Tuesday, and then I'm also going to go be up at Doro. I don't know if you're going to see that, but I think I did see that you were going to be out Tuesday up at the Foundry.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come take a shot with me, man. Drink some beer.
Oh yeah, I'll bump into you there, man. We'll get talking about some stuff there too. I don't know if you're going to go to Nile, but that's coming up as well.
Oh yeah, it's Nile's definitely a great show to be at.
Oh.
Plus, my dudes in the Papillon are playing also. So.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty legit. And then of course I'll be at the Benighten show as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And and I just wanted to give a shout out here because I don't know because we do have like 100 mutual friends because we all know everybody in the sort of.
Oh yeah, it's that whole loop thing. Like I'm in the Goetta stuff and I read a bunch of books. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just gonna give a shout out here to Kimberly, who apparently you know as well, because it seems like every time I go on Facebook and I'm like, oh hey, met this person. It's like, oh,
she loves beards.
Yeah,
she loves really long beards. My rhythm guitarist Justin has a huge beard, and she's just like always with guys with beards. All her friends have beards besides me.
Yeah. What's this I heard about you shaving the head?
Me? I'm trying to start fresh. I had a bunch of split ends. Like, beginning of the summer, I chopped all my hair off, and then I went short for a little bit, and then I'm going to grow all the way back down to my ass again. And it was definitely not what I like, so I'm starting fresh. So I'm going to be clean shaven for the show, though. I want some pictures.
Oh, yeah? Well, yeah, thank you again, man. We're going to start the song here, and anytime you want to drop some project off here, we'll definitely play it for you.
Yeah, cool, man. Sounds good. Thanks for calling.
Oh, no problem, man.